Hello, everybody. I'm Martin Cross. This is Cross's Corner, and we've just tried to make the technology work. That's Nico Rienks and myself. Nico, it's lovely that you're here with us.
Thank you for having me here. I heard myself twice, so it's a bit difficult for me, but I'll try.
I know you've just been on holiday. I had a nice break. How did it go?
Yeah. We should have this conversation last week, but me and my wife, Harriet, also a former rower, we were at Ameland. We have a small a house over there. So sometimes we go there for a few days and I have to paint the around the windows. I don't know the English word, and I have to make the garden for the guests.
Ah, right, okay.
And normally we do some mountain biking there. It's a small island in the northern part of the Netherlands. Yeah, and you can go mountain biking on the beach.
Yeah.
I don't mountain bike anymore in the woods. Last week I had an accident.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I think I told you in Lutzer last year.
Yes.
Yeah. I broke some ribs and I broke some how you called it? I told you. Also in my neck. Yeah, vertebrae. Yes. Yeah, 6 of them. So it's difficult. Yeah. So it's difficult for me when I'm especially out in the single to see what's behind me. So that's I have to row with other people, and they have to tell me if there are some boats in front of us.
Did you race in the Hin Cup this year?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, normally it was the first time I wasn't rowing at stroke. I rode there. I think for 40 years. Yeah, and now I rode with Sjoerd Hamburger. Maybe you know him.
Yeah, I know Sjoerd.
And Matthijs Vellinga, Ronald Florijn, Frans Goebel. Yeah. It's rowing with friends. We don't win, far from winning, but it's nice to row there.
Is Frans Goebel still as crazy as he used to be, or has he calmed down?
No. I think he's still very fast on a bicycle.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's still very fast in a single, but I don't think. Then when we are together, then we say when we do some ED training, he says we say to each other we row still 2 minutes per 500 meter, but it's far from. to be honest, I think when I do all out, it's 2:15, 2:20 maybe.
Respectable.
No, you can do that also.
Oh yeah,
I think.
Yeah. Maybe. So before we get on to talk about you and your career, you and Harriet have 2 sons, Ralph and Rick, who have been in the Netherlands team for the past 2 or 3 years and are just about to race in the World Cup in Varese.
Yeah. One of them, Ralph, the youngest one, is the bowman in the Dutch Holland Act.
Holland
Act. In Varese.
Yeah.
And Rick, our oldest son, is rowing, I think, at stroke in the Dutch Four.
I was interested because the 2 of them were together in the Four last year at the World Championships. Was there a preference is the 8 a higher ranked boat than the 4, or is it just how did it?
Yeah, I think so. To be honest, I think that Rick prefers also rowing in the 8, but I'm not sure about it. Some rowers feel better in a bit of smaller team. Yeah, but I think they have in the straight 4 2 young guys. Maybe they're faster than last year. We will see.
Yeah.
But they try to make the 8 faster. That's for sure.
And
Yeah.
do you have any indications of how the 8 are going? Are they going like they want to be?
I'm
fast?
not allowed. I'm not allowed to tell you. I have some indications. Yeah. I see the percentages. You know, just the difference between the world top times of the world best times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's yeah. So we have some world champions in the Netherlands. So Caroline Florijn, of course, in the single women and the women's pair, the men's squad. En natuurlijk and of course Simon van Dorp. So we can compare the times, and when they row almost 100%, then you can you think they will get into the medals, but we will see.
Yeah. It's really interesting to see how the Netherlands team has done over the last few years, because they were quite successful in Tokyo, but since then it's been crazy, particularly last year. If you had to identify why that is the case, what would you say?
Yeah, I think all the other rowers, when some of them they are not very special, except from Simon van Dorp, he's the strongest man in the world at the Urk. But then some other teams row normal people, and when the other rowers see they can win the races, then you think, okay, when I train the same program as they do, and it's also for me it's possible to win. And it's very professional in the Netherlands, the rowing. So I hope that the medals they won last year, that it's also possible this year when some other countries row as professional as the Dutch team does.
Yeah. How much of it is down to Ilko Meerhorst and his training program?
Yeah, it's because he's good leader of the team, but they have I think 4 or 5 physiologists, so they make a program that fits for every rower. Every rower has his own program.
Yeah.
Just when some of them do more weightlifting, others go more biking, and others go more rowing or longer training, longer distance training at the Urk or in the single. They all row also a lot in the single. So last year they did the trials in single. Yeah, and I think for the guys, for 10 of them can row the single below 7 minutes. Also the sweep row. Also the sweep rowers.
10.
So yeah, Martin, in our days, you was a good single sculler when you was below the 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I think what was different last years, they go on training camp with the men and the women together. And that's new. That's new the last 2 years. So before, the women and the men had a completely different program, different training camp, and now they all go. So I think they go to Varese. That they just left yesterday, and after Varese they go to Obertraun again in Oostenrijk, Austria. It's a good how you say it. Sphere, atmosphere, that's the word. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's really interesting, and of course I think you have a direct connection not just to your 2 sons, but to some of the women in the team, in particularly I think two women in the women's four. Can you tell us about that?
Now, I started in 2014 to recruit women that are as big as the USA women in the eight. Then, but always in this, we are in too small country. Our women are too small. So I selected 250 girls.
250.
I get 350. I got the opportunity on the Dutch television to explain my plans. So what I'm telling you now. And one day after, over 300 girls contacted me. Said, "Okay, I will go for it." And two of them were Hermijntje Drent and Tinka Overijns. And they started rowing. Tinka started a year later, so she started in 2015.
Yeah.
And they trained a lot with us for 2 or 3 years, and then they joined the Dutch rowing team. To be honest, our purpose was to start with a complete team that started 2015.
Yes.
So, but Josie, the women's head coach, then said no. When they want to go to the Olympics, I have to coach them.
I see. So how satisfying was it for you to see those two women in the four take the gold medal last year?
That's very special, especially to be there also and saw them. And I know them quite well. Of course, they trained a lot also here in Zwolle, where I live. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's not as daughters, but a little.
Yeah. And are there still tall women coming through to the Dutch rowing team, or has that initiative carried on that you started?
That's a good point. I think when we wanted to be on top of the world, you have the recruitment system to carry on. I think so.
Yeah.
But it's not the case nowadays. So I hope it will continue.
Yeah.
But we are not sure. There are not so many good sportsmen, men and women that start rowing. The best sportsmen in the Netherlands choose for soccer or hockey, field hockey.
Yeah.
Or speed skating,
Mm-hmm.
but not for the rowing. But maybe when we have so good successes the last years, maybe it will grow, but it's not the case the last 2 years.
Yeah. But you seem to have big men coming through into the team.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, now big men. I don't think they're bigger than your British team or the Americans. They're even bigger, I think, and the Romanians. No, yeah, but big enough.
Yeah.
Strong enough.
Talking of big men, we've mentioned Simon van Dort. Do you think he can win a gold medal in Paris?
I hope he was in only a few months in single before the World Championships in Belgrade.
Yeah,
and he was not by far not the fastest single sculler in the Netherlands. He did the Holland Cup and he did the trials, and a few sweep rowers were faster than he was.
crazy.
And in the Holland Melvin Tweller, you know him?
Yeah.
From the double, he was faster. And Lennart van Ierop. Yeah. No, but he did very well. I think that was the point, that he thought, okay, I can be very fast at the Worlds. But he was not selected in the single before then, and also not in a double. And also not in the quad. So more or less, he was selected out. Yeah, that's a bit too negative,
Yeah.
maybe. But yeah, it was. Yeah, it was for me personal. It was the best race for the Netherlands in a single. It's so special.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, nice to be there and see it.
Yeah. Have you booked your tickets for Paris this year?
Yeah, of course. I booked all days. I thought till a few 2 months ago I only have to buy tickets for the straight four. But yeah, now Ralph is in the 8, so I'm every day at the grandstands there.
And will you go to Lucerne? Oh, they're not.
Yeah, I go to Lucerne. I'll see you there. I think.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So I think it would be good to talk about your racing. And
my own racing. Yeah.
Your own racing, yeah. And this project of the Holland Act, which
our project, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Which had amazing success in the Atlanta Olympics.
Yeah.
How did the idea of the Holland Act start?
No, our feeling was when you are in the Dutch team, then when you win a silver medal, but another rower wins the gold medal, then is it a bit less interesting, or the honor you get is the best when you have the best the gold medal and not the silver, just the best. When you have the best medal, then you're the best rower. So you always row a bit against the other rowers in the team.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do a project together. And then in the 90s, 92, we had a good straight four. They had the silver medal. And we won in 88, and we had the bronze medal in Barcelona, and we were a double with Henk Zwolle.
Yeah.
We were world champions. So we had the rowers, and there was never an 8 in the Netherlands before who won a medal. Not at the Worlds and not at the Olympics. So it would be very special to go for it.
Yes.
Because in the beginning we didn't think we're going to win a gold medal. We were very satisfied when it will be a bronze medal.
Okay.
Or in front in the final. But our federation thought, that's not a good idea. So we can win more medals when we row the double and the pair, and straight four.
Yeah.
We said no, we do our own plan. So we had to finance also our own plan. In the end, we had the head coach, René Meijners, was the head coach, but no, it was forbidden for him to coach us.
Why?
He was for the younger rowers, men and women, not for us. But then our prime minister, we involved the prime minister in our project.
You're kidding?
He put a name on our boat, and afterwards our king did the same. And of course, then the rowing federation. No, it's also our project. In the beginning, it wasn't. Yeah, so it felt as our project. We had the organization and we ourselves.
When you say we, was there one person more than another, or did you?
Yeah, we started. To be honest, I don't know if you were there. The Goodwill Games.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, in Seattle.
Yeah.
We rowed with 10 8s against each other.
Crazy.
And I never did street rowing, and I was at bow then. And we started we had to participate in the 8, all countries. Otherwise, you could not participate there. So you had to row the 8. So, and we started, and at the 1000, we were in front, and I was at bow, and I saw big splashes. very nice memories. But in the end, the second 2K, East Germany, I think Russia, maybe Great Britain, I'm not sure. But we didn't win at all. But halfway, we were in front.
Yeah.
So at our flight back home, we thought, now when we go for a training in the 8, and we do it a few years, maybe we can keep up with the best teams in the world. And that was the beginning. And the special with Niels van der Zwan and me. So we made our plans. And it was in 1990, you know?
Yes.
And we decided, okay, we have to go in the boats we are rowing now till Barcelona, the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And a week after Barcelona, we come together and we form a new Dutch 8. Yeah.
That's quite soon, just 1 week after Barcelona.
Yeah. And we started to train every day in the 8. Yeah. And first year without head coach, and without support of our federation. We did it ourselves. We bought our own 8. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, 40. There's 40,000 guilder. So it's more or less 40,000 euro now. So it was a lot of money. And we started, and we had the sponsor. Kiwa was the sponsor, still the sponsor now of the Dutch team.
Oh,
We recruited the sponsor.
Yeah.
And we were supported by the Dutch television. So a few times we could explain what we are doing at the Dutch television. So it was a lot of people in the Netherlands still know the Holland Act.
The Holland Act. Yeah. Because we raced each other in the 8 in the championships in '93 in Rochice.
Yeah.
Which the 8 wasn't going as fast.
And we came fifth.
And we came 6th. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But okay. But we had to come together and decide. Okay, is it good enough? Are we good enough? Can we come? Can we get a medal in Atlanta? Okay, and we decided to go on, but we need a head coach. We need a coach.
Yeah.
Every day. And in first year we had a coach. We did ourselves. Yeah, we had a bit help from the brother from Ronald. And Adrian Diesner was the coach of Niels van der Zwan, but not every day. So from the second year we had every day we had coaching. And René Meijners made the program.
Yeah.
And we decided, okay, you were not with us the first year. We started our own project. So we will have a role in the selection. So we will do it also ourselves.
So how did that work? How did you do that?
We make good how you say it,
strategy,
appointments, strategy, and trials in pair. We did a lot, and also on the rowing machine. But in the end, not the strongest at the rowing machine were in the 8, but the better rowers. Yeah. I heard you saying it was a very good technical rowing team, our Atlanta 8, but it was not the rowers with the most muscles.
That's really interesting.
I think we did at the concept 2 rowing machine 5.56, the average. So it's not very special.
No. So you made silver medals in Indianapolis in '94 and in Tampere
also
in '95.
Yeah.
So was that? Did you feel good then that you were going to do well in Atlanta?
The first, we were very happy with in Indianapolis with the silver medal.
Yeah,
it's also a very nice race. We ended only 2 meters, I think, from the USA.
Yeah.
That felt very special, even as special as winning the gold Olympic medal.
Really?
Yeah. We want to show the world so we can reach the top level
Yeah.
We did it. We did it. Only 2 meters from gold medal in the world.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was, it was the moment that we thought, okay, now we're gonna go for the gold medal. And it was difficult, but then we had to do some selections. And 2 or 3 guys from the first hour, participators in our 8,
Yeah.
they have to be changing to some other rowers who said in the beginning, no, the Dutch 8, it's impossible in the Netherlands. It's far too small country. But in the end, we needed them.
Yeah. And were you at stroke? When did you sit in the stroke seat?
The second year, not the first year.
Okay.
I was not a sweep rower. When you see my own videos, the first year when I was sweep rower, it was going like this and this. Just I have to learn to do make every stroke the same. But more or less, my role was the other rowers. They thought Ronald, Florijn, and me. We run a lot before in smaller boats, also in singles in the Netherlands. And they thought, okay, when we do the same as what Ronald and Nico do, there's the most chance of success.
Yeah.
So that was more or less our role. We are not the best rowers, maybe, but we managed it. It was one rowing stroke, one strategy, and not too much discussion. We do it this way.
Yeah. And in your 8 in Atlanta, you had Diederik Simon, who is now coaching your son in the Dutch 8. What was Diederik like then?
It was. I think Diederik was the best all-round sportsman in our team.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A few months after our medal, he did some speed skating, long distance race in the Netherlands, and he does it very well. He did it very well, and he can run. And in Lucerne, he ran up to the Pilates, at Sunday evening. And when we rode even the Olympic year, so he jumped in the Royce.
Yeah,
from the Kapelbrücke.
Yeah.
And then a few kilometers later, then he climbed out of the river, and he walked back. And then the other rowers does also. But it's a special one. Yeah. But he's also a good coach. He's coaching from his feeling for the rowing.
Yeah.
He's not a man of the program or a special strategy, I think, but he knows a lot about rowing. Yeah.
So that season you had in 1996, I think I remember you racing.
Yeah, and Diederik was one of the girls we needed. So the first, even after Tampere, he joined us, and we needed him.
Yeah. I remember in 96, I think, did you race in Duisburg and you beat the Germans by a long way? I remember that race, but it seemed from 1996 that you were at another level.
Yeah, it's correct.
Why did
we
that
especially
happen?
went to Duisburg, to Köln, Lucerne, and to race against the Germans. They were world champions.
Yeah.
So we will. When we tested ourselves, and when we didn't win, we had the appointment that we have to change again. So last year we only want to win the gold medal. So even when we lost Lucerne, we had to change, but we won Lucerne also by far.
Yeah.
So it was a very special year. We never lost that year.
So what made the difference between 1995 and 1996 for you?
Yeah, even more focus. Also for myself, I had a job. I worked every day.
Yeah.
We were in the Netherlands. And in the Olympic year, the Olympic Committee in the Netherlands, they paid for an employee in my country that did my work.
That's massive.
Yes, and we had a lot more than the years before on training camp. And I think René Meinders was very focused. The only team he coached were we.
Yeah.
So it was all different from before. Yeah. So the focus was enormous.
So many people look at the training videos. I think there are some training videos of you guys, and they kind of say that is the way to row an 8. So what were you trying to do technically in that boat, and how did you achieve that?
To row as efficient as possible. We knew, especially also for me, I rowed in single. I could row fast, but I'm not the strongest, so we need the perfect efficiency. We trained a lot at race pace, so I have 520, and make that as efficiency as possible. Every day we trained it. There's not training for bigger muscles or top speed or whatever, but the most efficient at race pace. That's what we did a lot.
And was there a particular part of the stroke that was important, like the catch, the pickup, or the release? How did?
Yeah, I can remember the moment that we felt okay, we have all, not on a rowing machine, we also tested that, but when we felt in the boat, okay, we produced the same curve.
Yeah.
At the same moment in the stroke, we put the energy on. Not especially the catch or the end of the stroke. No. As efficient as possible. And we looked a lot of videos. Not all the rowers were interested in it, but the guys who were interested. And René was every day with us and speaking about the stroke and the rowing, and he picked also the rowers apart.
Yeah,
I was with René a lot on rowing machines and
really,
to small things. Do it. Try to do it. In another way.
Yeah.
We tried a lot. We tried to copy the rhythm of the German 8.
Yeah.
So we ran some training with their rhythm. It was not faster. So we stayed at our own. Of course, they were world champions. So we, and we tried also the American style. Every day we looked for the most efficient stroke.
Oh, that's really interesting. Well, how much pressure was there on you with the Dutch media for the Holland Act? And
we, of course, they were in the Netherlands, and that was a lot then. That 4.5 million looked at the television directly. That gives pressure, of course. But we were so much faster, also in the heat. So we thought, but it's also a risk, of course. We thought we can win it by 5 seconds or more. That was not the case.
No.
But we had a lot of self-confidence.
You weren't in the lead. I think Germany went through the
Germany
1,000.
halfway. The Germans were in the lead. But I think you had the same feelings in races. You feel that you have more left in the tank than the Germans. Then So halfway, we passed them. And in the end, we had, I think, a little bit light between the boats.
What impact did that success have on rowing in the Netherlands?
Everyone in the Netherlands knows what is rowing. Before, when you ask 10 Dutch people what's the difference between canoeing and rowing? They couldn't say it, but since then, yeah, they know what's rowing is about.
Yeah. And it's interesting in terms of the legacy of the Holland Act, because I think I'm thinking now of the Dutch 8 in Tokyo, which did not have the result that maybe they thought they might.
Yeah, of course.
And there have been other times where the Dutch have not been as the 8 has not been as strong as
it's now. Maybe they are stronger some moments during the year, but not at the finals.
Yeah.
Also, the 8 in Tokyo was very strong, but they in the final they won from New Zealand, I think, in the heat. New Zealand was Olympic champions.
I know.
So in the final, we were far more stable. But sometimes the 8s, the last Olympics were as fast as we were. Also not at the moment that they needed it.
So that was your second Olympic gold in Atlanta. So could I take you back to your first
long ago
Olympics? It's a long time, and we were both there, and you made the double with Ronald. Tell me how that came to be put together.
Oh, I was nominated in the single. The year before, I was 8th in the single, Copenhagen, and Ronald was 5th in the quad. But we both knew the next year we gave up our nomination and we joined each other in the double.
How did you know that?
Now, the 8 years before, we started in the double in the Netherlands at the Dutch championships, and we were years the number 1 and 2 in the single, and we thought we were better than all the let's give it a try. And we gave up our support from the Olympic Committee again. The first time.
There's a pattern here, Niko.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, but it's motivating, maybe. And we trained a lot in the double. Also, over 200K every week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We've seen it from Stephen Redgrave. We trained together.
Yeah.
You were there also in Banyolas on the lake.
Yes.
Yeah. And we did met Mike Sprackland 10 times the lake up and down, and we did the same. And we paid it ourselves. Yeah, that's nice.
Who was your coach?
Jan Klerks was the coach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And we had another coach. It was my coach in the single, and it was a violist player. Yeah. And he learned me to row very efficient. So as you play a violin, one not E, but E. And you have to row like that. Both has to be not stable and not dompen. I don't know the English word, but they learned me, and we try to row also that manner in our double scull. And Jan Klerks was our daily coach.
And so in the Olympics, I think, did you think that you were going to win? I know they had the Swiss double, the Russian double were fast.
Yeah, the East German. They were favorites. Yeah, Oermund and Hepner.
Oh, Munt and Hepner.
Yeah, they won every race in the double. But in the first day we were in Seoul at the Olympic course. Jan Klerks biked with us, and we did I think it was 500 and 1,000, and the East Germans did the same. And we were faster, and they were arguing a lot against each other. So Jan Klerk said to us, okay, this is the moment. Maybe we can beat them.
That's
They were
interesting.
unbeatable before. They were so strong. East Germans, they won everything. Yeah, no, almost everything. You beat them once, but we never. In the first 10 strokes, we were 20 strokes behind always.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah. But then it was, we could beat them. Yeah.
So what do you remember about the final? I can't remember how you did in the heat or the semi-final.
We rode 620. We rode every 500 meter 135. The first 500, the second, the third, and the fourth. So as stable as possible, as efficient as possible. So we trained also then a lot at the race pace. This is the pace we need.
Yeah.
And with normal weather conditions, and it's not nowadays. It's not fast enough. But then, so when it's flat water, you can row 620. It's fast enough. And we rode 620.
And again, the same with the 8. To row a double scull it needs something special. It needs. It's not an easy boat sometimes to row.
Yeah. You have not to be friends, but you have to be close. Yeah, a lot of confidence in each other. Not arguing too much. I think what we're good in, also in the 8. Every rower can prepare himself in his own way. Yeah. So one rower likes to bike before, or Diederik Simon wants to sleep before. Yeah. And we let each other go. I think that's. But we even nowadays you see the Romanians, you see the run together, all 8.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good for everyone, but they do all together. It's also okay, of course. But we thought, okay, we trust each other, and the way you prepare for your race, it's for you, it's the best.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
And how much impact did your gold medal have in the Netherlands in those years?
Yeah, impact. Yeah. In the beginning, it's a small country, and a lot of people then watched television. So when I was on the street, they recognized me. But it's not what you want. Yeah. And I had a normal job. I did my studies. I don't think it changed my life a lot, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it. I don't know what I have done when I've not won the medals.
Yeah. Where do you keep your medals now?
Oh, they were in the bank.
Yeah.
But now, they are in my house somewhere.
Yeah. My my crewmate, Dr. Richard Budget, he keeps his medal, or kept it, in the bank.
Yeah.
I think, and he had a copy made to show in the house.
No, in the Olympic years, some school kids want to show it at their school, and then they bring my medal.
Yeah,
that's still the case.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
And with all this expertise from this experience from you rowing, you also yourself moved into coaching.
Yeah. I did the project you meant. This was our project 2020, we called it.
What kind of a coach were you?
No, I think I give every rower his own regie. What's the English word? Strategy. They can decide a lot for
individual.
themselves.
Yeah.
I think you don't the results not too fast. Keep it slowly. Every year a few seconds faster, it's enough.
Yeah.
So don't break it.
Yeah.
Don't be in a hurry to win too soon a medal.
Yeah.
Otherwise you stop, or it's impossible to combine it with other things in your life, your study or your relation or whatever. I hope it fits in your life.
Mm.
Yeah, and don't think it's a guarantee for lifelong happiness or something. I don't believe in that.
Yeah, it's interesting with you and Harriet. When did you and Harriet get married?
84. No, married. No.
Oh,
We
you
met
met
each
in
other.
84.
Of course, we know that she won bronze medal in Los Angeles in the 8. And she was 4th in the pair then, and her best is 4 in Seoul in the single.
Yeah.
And 4 in Tasmania also in the single. And we married. We know each other from 83 already. And we married in 85. Half year after Rick was born.
Oh, so you are so 85, that's 40 years next year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that 84 is this year 40 years. Yeah.
Oh, 40 years.
Yeah.
So
that's
how inevitable was it that Ralph and Rick, your sons, would row?
Oh, they were both pretty good soccer players and even better tennis players. But they joined us when we rowed in the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. They were there, but they played soccer between the boats. Not everyone was happy with it. But when they were 17, they started rowing. It's the last junior year, and they both participated in the Junior World Championships. Yeah. And Ralph even won in Rio in the 8.
Amazing
the Dutch
Dutch 8.
junior. Yeah. But he rowed for half a year then. So, but he did a lot of sports. And he sit before in the single.
Yeah.
He never made it 10 strokes after each other. But he was capable of sitting in the single and do all kinds of tricks. But he was not a race rower, or he did not in the competition. He did not participate in competitions. But then he had from day one, he had a very good coach. It was Willem-Jan de Wit.
Oh, De Wit, yeah.
He coaches more Dutch junior 8s. Yeah, when they start rowing and learn it from day one, the perfect strokes, then that helps a lot, of course.
Is there such a thing as a Dutch technique?
Maybe what we did in 96, I think it was based on technique. And nowadays it's also maybe even more based on physiology and power and data, all kinds of data. And we try to make the boat faster, also some physiology, but the most focus was rowing technique.
Yeah. One thing that I wanted to ask, there was publicity in Britain, and I don't know whether you have seen it, that Thomas Bach, the president of the IOC, he said, "Oh, I have changed my mind now about the East German results in Montreal Olympics, Moscow, and in Seoul." And I think he was saying, and we will now give medals to the people who missed out. I may have got it wrong exactly, but this was the idea, and I wanted to ask you if you'd heard of that or what you thought of it.
Yeah, it's always difficult. Yeah, that's it. That's history.
It is.
Yeah, but it's more or less a problem for some sports. Yeah, even for Harriet, you need Harriet. She wrote nearly every race against East Germans, Bulgaria. Yeah,
it was worse for women, wasn't it?
Yeah, more than for men. Yeah. But I told you we wrote also against in the beginning against the East German, the Russians, the Romanians. I think it's a lot better nowadays.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You were made, I don't know how, but the Dutch rower of the century, which is quite an honor, I guess.
Quite an honor, of course. Yes, it is. It is.
How was it decided, and what did you think of that?
Yeah, to be honest, I think when you win the single, Jan Wieners did in Mexico. Yeah. Then you are individually the best rower. Yeah. But we were chosen because of we did it in a small number, the double scull.
Yeah.
And for me, what also was made that decision is that I started with Niels van der Zwan the Holland Act project. Yeah. I think that's the reason.
Yeah.
I saw the same as for the Thomas Keller medal. You have to do something more than only pulling fast. Yeah. That's the reason. But what I said, to be honest, when you win the single, you are the best. I think.
Some of the guys from my club, Molesey, were with Jan Wieners at the Hin Cup with long hair.
Yeah. He's still physically fit. Yeah.
But he wasn't a big guy, was he?
No, but he was extremely well in rowing at high altitude. Yeah, he trained before at high altitude in Spain. But he has a lot of muscles. He still has. I think he's 80. He was 28 in 86. He's from 40, so he's 84. Yeah. He's still a lot of muscles. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You wouldn't say he's 84.
No. Yeah. What would you have needed to have been faster in the single scull yourself?
More muscles. I wrote again. It was impossible for me to row 3 times in a week at top level. I rowed 6:47 once. Yeah. Sometimes I beat Thomas Langer or Kolbe, but it was impossible for me to do that 3 times a week. So when it was rowing the final, not more than that. Then but I liked a lot to row with other people. Then you can speak about it. When I see some single scullers winning medals, and afterwards, they're alone. I like more to share your opinions and talk about it. And so even now we come together, not every year, but some years with our aides from Atlanta. That's very nice. When you row a single, you have nothing. You are alone. Maybe miss your coach or.
What do you and Ronald Florine say about your kids? Because of course, Ronald's kids, Caroline and Finn, are both.
And he has another younger son, Beer. It's called.
Oh, really? Will he row
sometimes in Zwolle, where I live?
Yeah.
we see them a lot, of course.
But it's quite remarkable that the two of you were together in the double, and your kids are now together in the national team.
Yeah. I think they have the good genes.
Yeah.
Genes, I think so. And they asked at the World Championships in Belgrade. They asked us, Harriet and me, World Rowing asked, why do you think why they started rowing?
Yeah.
And what Ralph said or Rick said, I don't know who said it. They saw at their parents, at Harriet and me, that we love the rowing.
Yeah.
And we have very good friends also from the rowing sports.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they start rowing.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice reason.
Yeah.
So the parents has nice friends, and they love their sports, and so we try it. Yeah. And before they played hockey and they played tennis.
Yeah.
And now they have a lot of rowing friends. Yeah.
And why did you start rowing?
Yeah, for me, it's this more or less the same reason. I played soccer.
Yeah.
And I was in the national volleyball team.
Really?
When I was a junior, yeah. But it was inside, and I loved being at the water and in the wind and in the sun. That's why I started rowing, not being a champion or something. To be in sports outdoor. That's what I liked.
Yeah.
And then you can go once to Amsterdam to the Bosbaan. And then as a junior, I can go to Breisach in Germany against the Germans. Yeah, the same as you, I think.
Yeah.
And then you can go to the Worlds and the Olympics. Yeah. It was not the reason why I started rowing.
Who when you were a young rower, who were your heroes? The people you looked up to?
Pertti Karpinen.
Ah.
I saw him in 80 at the Bosbaan at the Holland Cup. Yeah, that was very impressive. Yeah. I spoke with him afterwards. A few years ago, he was in Amsterdam. Yeah. But I tried to speak with him. He was not so good in English, but when you had the time, you can communicate with him. That's a very nice man. Yeah, a bit shy, misschien.
Yeah.
But maybe, but yeah, I liked his way of rowing, and he's a good man.
Yeah, he's a good man. I agree with that. Just thinking about this year and the Olympics, is there most Olympic committees? I don't know what Britain's target is, but sometimes they say, okay, we need to win 2 gold medals and 2 silver medals and 2 bronze medals or something. Does Dutch rowing have a similar target?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I don't know the numbers, but I think 10 medals.
Wow.
And 4 gold.
Yeah.
In the rowing.
Yeah.
No, it's very good for such a small country.
Yeah.
But there are also people the last months in the Netherlands, also in our NOC, National Olympic Committee.
Yeah.
So we also need stories, not only the medals.
Yes.
But we also need stories to get people joining sports.
Yes.
So it's not only the medals. Yeah, but people has to tell why they love the sports, what's good in doing sports, what's the feeling about it. There's something extra, and I agree with it.
Yeah, I think that's really important too. I think that's really, really important. I think it's going to be a fantastic Olympics. I think a lot of the events are going to be very close. I think you know, this year will be quite exciting. I think Lucerne will be an amazing contest because everybody will be in Lucerne.
Yeah. And I think the week before they have to qualify some new crews, I think.
Yeah.
But Varese, this weekend, in a few days, it starts. And we will see if the Dutch 8 can beat your 8.
I know.
We will see. Or
Well,
the Dutch straight 4.
I think if the Dutch 8 are going to win a gold medal, my feeling is they will have to win it. Maybe they won't win either in Lucerne or in Varese. They will have to do it in the Olympics.
I agree.
Because then people will be aware of them. If the British lose in Varese, they will go, oh, what do we need to do to change?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, just as the New Zealand 8 in Tokyo did.
Yeah.
It is surprised.
Yeah.
I was
surprised.
That's the strategy.
Yeah, I was surprised. Well, I can understand it that the Dutch team decided not to go to the European Championships this year.
Yeah.
Because they preferred to go to Obertrans to
prepare. Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. So Nico, carry on.
They have 5 physiologists there, so I think they think a lot about to be as well as prepared as possible at the Olympics.
Yeah. So Nico, we've been talking for over an hour now. It's been amazing.
Okay.
it's been amazing. I guess you will be watching the World Cup on the TV in Varese.
Yeah.
And who is doing the TV commentary? Because I think
last year did Rogier Blink.
Yeah, Rogier is now coaching the pair, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
So he can't do the commentary.
No. I did it in at television. It's a Dutch. Sometimes, but I prefer watching at my own. Your comment. I watch I listen to your comments during the races. Sometimes I app you or
Yeah, no, that's good. I need that.
When you say something wrong, then I help you. The last years I did. A few times.
I need that. I need that help. So anyway, I have to say, Nico, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk with you. I can't wait to see you in Lucerne, and I hope your boys have all the success that you would wish for this year.
Thank you very much. See you.
Yeah, we'll end the live part of this interview now.
Okay.